a historic and memorable afternoon here in Omaha. Brett Behrens and Andy Olson recapping this one. And Andy, I got to admit, where do we start? I got to think it's Marcus Domask, the first NCAA Tournament triple-double in program history.
Yeah.
And he wanted that shot at the end.
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, in beginning of the game, he wasn't hitting very many shots. It was Terrence Shannon Jr., who we'll talk about later, who was hitting most of them for Illinois. But he had the assists and he had the rebounds. He said he's never really had a game like that before, where he had a double-double with those two categories. But Brad Underwood left him in the game long enough for him to get those points for that triple-double. His first of his college career, has not done so since high school, and he was being egged on by one of his teammates to make sure that he got it done.
I think it was probably like 10 minutes left in the second half, and Tyler and Terrence were the ones telling me about it. Terrence was the one that really wanted me to get it. He said when I needed like 4 points left, he said if I would start shooting, he was gonna fight me. So I had to start shooting a little bit.
Did you know like you needed like one more point at some point?
Yeah, because Terrence was in my ear and he wouldn't let me forget it.
And the Illini get the win in large part, like you mentioned, because of Terrence Shannon Jr. in that first half. He sets the Illinois single-season scoring record, going past 669 points in this one. Historic for him. He was on a tear. He is playing at another level, and you can really sense that Terrence is really excited to get this team on to the next round.
Yeah, and he has been playing like this all postseason long. We saw it at the Big Ten tournament, continuing it here today against Morehead State, and really when Illinois needed it. Beginning of this game, Eagles go on a run, and Illinois is playing catch-up from the start, but it was because of that effort from Shannon that Illinois even stayed into this one and took that 1-point lead into halftime. Brett, you have to imagine where Illinois could even possibly be without Terrence Shannon Jr. right now.
And his teammates, speaking for him, still not made available to the media, say that Shannon is a big reason the Illini are moving on.
You know, I've seen it since he first got there, and he's doing a great job of carrying everything over and not letting things affect him. And yeah, no, it's been great to see him the way he's been scoring the ball this postseason.
The third storyline from this game, Andy, is Dane Danger. What a moment. What a few weeks it has been for him. He was barely in the rotation 3 to 4 weeks ago. Now he is one of the big reasons why Illinois is moving on. He scored 13 of 16 points in a stretch in the second half for the Orange and Blue.
To me, the big one that stands out, at least of his buckets, happened right behind us here. When Illinois got out and running, it was a slick pass to him waiting alone in the paint, and it ended a run for the Illini where they were just getting after Morehead State at the beginning of the second half, where they finally got their first substantial lead. Danger threw it down, and a 20-point game for him in the postseason, just continuing a stretch that he's had here recently where he has become a big factor for the Illini, and they think it's because he's able to work well with Coleman Hawkins and everyone else in that starting lineup as well.
I'm just staying with it, do whatever. I don't get too low, I don't get too high about things. The work for me doesn't stop on and off the court. So I'm not surprised this is happening because every day I just try to win the day.
Danger scores 17 of his season high, 21 points in the second half. A big reason why the Illini are moving on. And Andy, maybe the luck going their way after Duquesne beats BYU on this court earlier today. They will face the Dukes in the second round on Saturday.
That was one of the big talking points coming in, was how it was a tough seed to get BYU in the second round for Illinois. It turns out they're not going to have to worry about that. The Dukes are now in their way, and that was a surprise. We thought it might be an 11 versus 14 for a little bit when Morehead State was getting after Illinois at the beginning of the game, but the Illini have a quick turnaround now, and they have some experience with that over the past couple of weeks, going 3 wins in 3 days at the Big Ten tournament, and they're going to get right to work getting ready for Duquesne on Saturday.
All right, for Andy, I'm Brett, reporting in Omaha. Courtney, back to you.